Hey guys, welcome back to Doc Lil Talks Comics, and today we've got a greatest hits video for you, and this time we are talking about the finale of The Dark Knight Returns, also known as issue 4, The Dark Knight Falls. And it is a slam jam fight between Bruce and Superman, aka Clark, and you get to see the build up to it as they are on opposite sides. Now, at the end of the last issue, then you got the death of the Joker, not by Batman's hand, but through the fight that they had, and his spine was broken, and so the Joker just kept twisting his head until he finished the job that Batman started. And you just get this moody, amazing artwork from Frank Miller with inks by Klaus Janson and colors by Lynn Varley, and it's amazing that you get to see again that Batman is always 2 steps ahead, even on Superman. And this time it came back and bit him. But you get to see different scenes like this that you just wouldn't see out of a Batman book. You get to see Batman mounted on a horse. He calls the remainder of the mutants to him, and in the end, you see Superman meet up with Batman, who has a new armored tank, and he hits him. He says, I hit him with, let's say the charge could sink a battleship. I think he feels it. And he rips it open, comes to find Carrie Kelly, Robin, inside. But the artwork is in your face, it's huge, it's masterful, it absolutely just pops off the screen, off the stage, off the page. And eventually you get to see this just knockdown, drag out fight between Superman and Batman. But even though Batman is armored, Clark says to himself, Bruce, this is idiotic. You're just bone and meat like the rest. You know, you're still not up to my level. But eventually, you see Oliver Queen, who's getting pelted by choppers, by GCPD choppers. And he's hanging off of fire escapes. He's shooting arrows, and eventually he shoots one that's a synthesized form of kryptonite, and it slows Superman down just long enough. And he says, Bruce, your heart can't take this. And Batman just swings on him anyway, and he says, you're beginning to get the idea of it, Clark. This is the end of the road for both of us. And eventually he manages to get this serious kick in to Superman. But even then, he says, I want you to remember this moment in your most private moments in all the years to come. I want you to remember my hand at your throat. I want you to remember the one man who beat you. And then it looks like his heart gives out. After all of that exertion, then finally his heart gave out, and Superman beat Batman, whether he intended to or not. And there was a 3rd series that came out. Klaus Janson was no longer the inker. And actually, it was Brian Azzarello writing with Frank Miller, and it was called Dark Knight 3, The Master Race. And that was a 9-issue miniseries, I believe. And Frank Miller at one time was even talking about doing a Dark Knight 4. And I don't know if that was hubris. I don't know if he really planned on it. But I'm not sure. That one, 3 got kind of long in the tooth by the end, so it could be that the sales just weren't there to greenlight a 4th chapter. But this is one of the greatest hits of all time, because Dark Knight Returns is beloved by almost everybody who is a Batman fan. And like I said, the main takeaway for me is he wrote such a perfect old man Bruce type of character, and yet at the time Frank Miller did this, he was 29. He wasn't even 30 years old yet. So how do you get into the mind of a 55, 60-year-old man when you're only half that age? But he wrote it perfectly. He drew it perfectly. Klaus Jansson's artwork just brings out all of the little details in Frank's pencils. So it's amazing that we finally got the final facsimile edition of this. And you can go back, if you've picked up all 4 of these issues, and reread this in one fell swoop. And it's just fun. Just all out fun to read. So anyway, guys, what did you think about Batman The Dark Knight Returns, the facsimiles, issues 1 through 4? Have you read this story before? Or are you a brand new person to comics? I hope if you are that you've enjoyed these little reviews that I've been giving of this series. And in the meantime, go out and pick up these 4 facsimile books, or go get a trade. Either way, you're going to enjoy the heck out of The Dark Knight Returns. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you in the next video.